Hey, it's your girl Stacey, and it's time for the weekend vlog. So, as many of you know that, are my Facebook friends or follow me on Instagram, I posted today that I was going to be discussing the differences for, I'm sticking to female grooming, but grooming tips as far as like whether waxing, tweezing, threading, laser, razor, whatever. So, let me start and do my progression. And then, I'll chime in on my pros and cons. So, back in the day, when I first started getting my eyebrows done, everybody used a straight razor. That scared me to death. I did not like that razor, first of all, on my face, because I was scared, it would nick me, it would cut me. And it's a razor. And that scraping, I just felt like you were cutting my skin. But, I didn't know any better, so that's what I did. So, and then of course, 2 days later, the stubble is back. You got the little, hairs coming back through. So after that, I went to college, and that's when I started getting my eyebrows waxed. I like it. It took some getting used to. It hurt. It was hot. That ripping of the strip, was something to get used to, but it lasts, and I like that. And that's what I continue to do today. And I just tweeze for maintenance. When the little hairs start coming back until I can go get my eyebrows done again, I'll wax. Now, as I have progressed and gotten older, I've tried to try new things. I've got my underarms waxed. I love it. I only do that, during the summer months when my arms are out. In the winter, just for cost purposes, I just use a razor. But I love getting my underarms waxed. It lasts me, I know, at least a month, maybe a little bit longer. So I definitely, ladies, advise that. And then we also have that part that we don't like to talk about as far as facial hair. I've had to get my lip waxed. I never knew that I had the little hairs, but believe me, when they wax your eyebrows, they'll say, "Do you want me to do your lip?" No, because I ain't got no mustache, lady. But I said one day, let me just do it so I could see. And sure enough, they were fine. You couldn't really see them, but just the fact to know that I had some hair. So ladies, we may not think we do, but we have some hair on our lip. Wax that bad boy so you don't look like Aunt Bunny. Really, for real. Let's get rid of it. And then, ever since I've hit 40, and I'm just so embarrassed to say this for any man that watches, but it's true. We get hairs on our chin. And so now, I have waxed them. It's not a lot to wax, but mainly I tweeze those. And I'm like, why do I have hair on my chin? And I used to always talk about my grandma and my mom, like, ugh, you got a hair on your chin. And look who got a hair on her chin. See, God is funny. He got me for picking on them and saying how gross that was. Now I got it. But let me tell you this, side note. When you tweeze, the best light to tweeze in is the natural light. So when you're in your car, and this is bad, I know the people behind me probably get mad at me, but when I'm driving and I'm at a stoplight, I have my tweezers in the little side compartment right beside me, and I whip out my tweezers and I get to tweezing and doing all that. So that's the best light to tweeze in. It's better than your bathroom light, your light in your bedroom. That natural light is good as sunlight. Okay, so let me get back on track. So as far as waxing, I wrote down, that's why I keep looking down. I'm doing my pros and cons. To me, the waxing lasts longer. There is some pain factor, but you get used to it. It can be costly, not too bad, but it is. But I like waxing because I don't worry about the bumps that I have with razors, and there are different types of waxing. So let me pick up on my waxing story. So I mentioned my underarms and my face and stuff. So there is another area, the unmentionable area, that I do wax. And ladies, I know we are very scared of this. I can't sugarcoat it for you. It is not pleasant, but the more you do it, the better it gets. And believe me, the results are worth it. And, I'm just saying from a female standpoint, you feel cleaner, you feel fresher. It's just well kept. It's just, it's worth it to me. But then with that, I've had instances where I've had a bad experience, like the paper for the strips, how they yank it off. That I've gotten irritated from the strips. But there's a new thing. I don't even know if it's new, but what my lady uses is, it's called hard wax. And it just basically, to me, the best I can explain it, it's like a paraffin. She puts it on and then she peels it off. And to me, that is better. It's less painful because it's no ripping. But the key with that wax, the Brazilian wax is what I'm referring to. The key to that is to not let it grow back. You have to go at least every 5 to 6 weeks for upkeep. And believe me, again, it's worth it. So I picked this up while I was actually there today. I go to, if you live in the DC metro area, I highly recommend this place. It's called Doll Wax Salon. They have 2 locations, one in Crofton and one in Gambrills. And there's a whole menu of their services. I mean, they do everything. Your lip, brows, face, arms, leg, underarms, bikini, Brazilian, your buttocks, your chest. They also do men. Stomachs, your stomach strip. I can't imagine having stomach hair, but some people do. Chest, your chest, your shoulders. They even do your back and your toes and your fingers. So, and there's a 10% military discount. So, that's who I recommend. So, if you cannot tell, I am a wax girl. I prefer that. You have they give you a card for pre-wax preparation and post-wax, what you do. So, I love them. All right, let me move on. Tweezers, like I said, I do it for maintenance purposes. There is some pain factor with that, but you get used to it as well. Razors, before I became a waxer, I would razor and shave, my legs and everything. But if you're going to do the feminine area, I have a shaver that I recommend. You could do the electric shavers, of course, but the Chic Intuition, to me, is the best shaver for that area. I have never gotten any bumps, never any irritation. So if you're not ready to jump into the waxing pool and the Brazilian and bikini wax pool, stick with the razor and use the Chic Intuition. Laser. I would try laser on my eyebrows and my chin or something, but I don't know. I just have a thing about putting a laser to my body, to my face. I don't know. I know that's a new cosmetic thing, but I'm not ready yet. But that is an option, and I don't know about the price. It may be pricey. I'm not sure. I know it's not covered by insurance because it's cosmetic, so I don't know enough about laser, but I know that is an option. And then you have threading. My girlfriend Shala loves threading. And I think Jasmine likes threading too. I'm not sure. I've done it. I've done it once or twice. It hurts, but it lasts. I will say that about it. It lasts. I'm sure it's just like waxing. You get used to it. You're not putting, some people don't like waxing because you're putting a hot substance on your face or wherever. But threading is just that, like a thread. And they just do and do your, eyebrows. Like I said, it hurts because it feels to me like they're plucking each hair individually. But, it works and it is good. That's just not my thing. I like to be quick and fast with the pain. Whoop, whoosh, whoop, whoosh. That's me. So, if anybody else has any other tips, they like to share what they prefer. Any horror stories from waxing, threading, shaving, whatever. The worst thing I've had is like, I did get a slight burn one time with the wax, but you couldn't even hardly tell. I just could see it. It was a little red on my eyebrow. And I've had the bumps, and I've gotten a pretty bad cut on my leg with the razor. But other than that, beauty equals pain, okay? To be beautiful, to keep that, girly look and feminine look, you got to do what you got to do. To me, it's worth it. It comes with the territory. So, share any of your stories, any of your suggestions. I'd love to hear from you. Until Wednesday, guys. Holla.